Hello? Hey, what's up, Facebook? I'm doing a live video discussion on everything that went into this project. I'm queuing up Instagram. I've never done this before. We're gonna see what happens. Here's Instagram queuing up. Oh, hello, Instagram. Okay, so I'm doing a quick little live video discussion on everything that went into this project that I'm excited to share that's coming out in just a few moments. So if you're just joining us, oh hey, it's David and Travis. I just wanted to talk a little bit about everything that went into this project, just because I'm really excited and a bit nervous actually to share it. So in like 20 minutes, I'm sharing my next video project called Hallelujah. And I've spent about the last 8 months working on this project. I started, first I approached the guys to see if they wanted to do a project with me, and that was last summer. So even then, I didn't quite know the idea I wanted to do with them, but I knew that I wanted to create more video projects about LGBT issues, relationships, stories. I just knew I wanted to create more pieces like The Arrow. When I did the first video with Francis, I didn't expect the reaction I got. I didn't expect it to mean so much. So after that, I wanted to do more. And it took me a long time to sort of think about how I would financially make that work, because The Arrow was expensive. It was crazy expensive, and I knew I couldn't just do that for fun. So anyway, I thought a lot about how I could do more of these projects, and once I sort of built a plan, I asked Guillaume and Arthur if they would want to do something. These two guys are two of the most talented artists I've ever met, honestly. These guys are incredible. They're both aerialists, which is what makes this even more amazing. They focus on aerial. One is a trapeze artist, the other does straps and rope, and so it's incredible to me that these guys are so good at movement but are focused on aerial work. So anyway, I asked them if they wanted to do something, and they said yes, and then I started thinking of ideas. So this was like last June or July that I first started talking to them. And, so I'm sort of searching for ideas, thinking of what I could do with them. And the whole idea came from a conversation with my mom, actually. I was talking to my mom about someone in our family who, what is it? Jason says, I'm seeing messages now. I'm not good at multitasking. Breakfast. Hey David. Hey Jason. Anyway, so the whole idea came from a talk with my mom. We were talking about someone in our family who's really religious but doesn't necessarily act like it. And this idea sort of resonated with me because I had just come from Pride in LA, where there were a bunch of protesters. There were a bunch of people with, signs that we see every single Pride. It's always people saying, all kinds of messages that I find really surprising. It's like why we deserve hell. All these hate messages that I can't believe people use from a religious background. Using like religion as a weapon to me was so hurtful and strange. It was something that didn't make sense. David, stop distracting me. I'm trying to focus. So anywho, I started thinking about this, and the idea came really quickly just from that idea. Because also with Arrow, when I did the first video, I got a lot of hate messages. I got a lot of people writing awful things to me, which I expected. I expected to hear that. Even though mostly it was really incredible support, I expected to get some nasty things. And sometimes people really surprise me. The level of hate that people can pour out is... it could still hurt. I was surprised sometimes with the things people said. So anyway, after this conversation, I thought I really want to do something that addresses the people who use religion as a weapon, because it doesn't make any sense to me. Why, even if you don't understand or agree with someone, you can still be kind. You don't have to be mean or be hateful. So anyway, the whole idea came really quickly. I wanted to address these people particularly, but I know religion is a very tricky subject. Religion, can make people upset really quickly depending on what you have to say. So I wanted it to be really gentle and beautiful and something that wouldn't offend people too much unless they just really don't like seeing two men dance together in a church. But I wanted the message to be, just about being kind to people, whether you agree with their choices, their lifestyle, or who they are or not. It doesn't matter how different they are. You don't have to project hate no matter what. So that's what this whole video is about. I tried really hard to be respectful with religion, the fact that we're in this beautiful cathedral. I tried to convey my story and the message really clearly with the guys. So the story is pretty simple. It's basically the first guy you see in the video. It's him sort of reflecting on religion and reflecting on hate in general and why I don't know why people choose to be hateful sometimes. So he's reflecting on this, and I think with religion in particular, a lot of queer individuals, a lot of us struggle growing up because we're taught that we're abominations. We're taught that we're something to be ashamed of from most religions. So religion can be really tricky for us because we feel rejected before we even begin, really. So it's a lot of this. It's a lot of sort of something that is my personal story of growing up and not understanding why this is what I'm being taught. This whole reflection on religion is also like an inner reflection on who we are. So anyway, the first character is in this space, sort of thinking of religion and who he is and everything we hear, and his partner is trying to lift him up and remind him that he's beautiful, and that's it. It's just his partner trying to lift him up and remind him that he is perfect the way he is, and he is sort of struggling with the messages we receive a lot. And that's it. That's basically the story. I worked really hard with these guys to direct the choreography, to tell the story, and hopefully have a point that's pretty clear. I'm super nervous to share this. I feel like I'm about to go on stage or something. Like I feel nervous to share this because I've worked on it for so long. But Guillaume and Arthur are the two acrobats who are featured. They're incredible. Damien is my production director. He basically makes sure that we bring the vision to life in a beautiful way, and helps me understand everything on the film side of things because I don't know anything about cameras. I just know the story I want to tell and what I want to show. So with these three alone, we already had a great team, and then we also had Max, we had Guillermo, and a couple other friends helping us for production. So it was a pretty small crew, but I'm really happy with how it turned out. So I guess we have like 10 minutes left. I think something that was also really cool was that I just went into this cathedral and asked them if I could use the space. This is a cathedral in the village of Montreal, or close to the village, that I read online does a lot of LGBT support and outreach, and this place is incredible. The church is huge. It's every detail is just beautiful. So I went in not knowing what to expect, but I just asked if I told them in French. I had to explain my idea, which if you've ever heard me try to speak French, you know what that's like. But I just asked, and they set up a meeting, and I went in I had a little presentation with slides, and I was like, here's what I want to show, here's my idea. And funny enough, the guy I was talking to had seen my first one, the first video with Francis. So he had seen Arrow, and as soon as he saw that it was the same guy who made that, he was like, it's fine, we'll do it, let's talk about it. So it was amazing to me that I didn't have to do that much work to book the cathedral. It just happened. It was very easy. So after that, we started planning production. I started doing rehearsals with the guys. We worked probably, 7 or 8 rehearsals to build the choreography. And then I worked a lot with Damien on the side to sort of plan production and what I saw for the camera, the story, what I wanted to show. And Damien really helps guide me in terms of what's possible, what he thinks is tasteful, what he thinks artistically is going to work. So Damien is sort of like my guide and my go-to for anything that I'm not sure if it makes sense or not, or anything that I'm not sure if it's the right choice. Damien really guides me to make sure that the final piece is beautiful. So yeah, it all happened. I don't know. It happened pretty easily by the end. Working with the guys on choreography, it probably took us like 3 or 4 rehearsals just to get the whole piece set, and then after that, it was just working on details. Like I said, these 2 guys were so talented. I really admire both of them for what they do, respectively. They're both incredibly talented. So working with them, it was so easy because I could tell them what I saw or what I wanted to see, and it was effortless. They would just show me options and show me things, and it happened super easy. So, we're taking questions now. Hold on, I was wondering. Oh, Jason, great question. Well, this church does a lot of LGBT outreach anyway. He asked how the church felt about being in the forefront of a gay relationship. They really support it. They're, the guy who I worked with, he had already seen my first video, so he knew the message I was wanting to share anyway, and so he really supported what I was doing. I showed him a whole presentation with my message, what it would look like, what it would be, but I also wanted them to, be sure that I wasn't saying something bad about religion. I'm just saying, no matter what your faith, you can still be kind. That's all I'm saying with the video. And I'm a little nervous how some people will react, because I don't know if it's too strong. I don't know if I'm still being too blunt with my thoughts on religion, but we'll find out soon. We'll find out in a few moments. So I think that's it. I think that's pretty much everything I wanted to say. Trying to think. The video is coming out in just about 7 minutes. So if you're on Instagram, you can go to the link in my bio. And if you're on Facebook, you can go anywhere on my page. David, it's coming. It's on YouTube already, but it's coming out in 7 minutes. It's scheduled as a premiere, which means you can watch it as it's debuting live, so people can comment and chat. So go to YouTube in 7 minutes. The link is either in my bio on Instagram or it's on my Facebook page at 11 o'clock Eastern time. Go to the YouTube link and we can all watch it at the same time, and you can comment and say what you think, and I'll interact with everyone. So I think that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. I'm so excited and nervous to share this. So talk to you later. Bye. Bye, Instagram. Hanging up on you first. I don't know how. Hello? All right. Facebook, we're all done here. I hope you enjoy it.